Since this is the first one of the performance tasks that are assigned for this course, I'll just introduce what I'm going to do. For each task, I'm going to give you some tips to help you complete the task. I'm going to offer you some suggestions of different things to look at, different things to do. One of the things I'll start off with is that it's a really good idea to check out the rubric that's in Canvas so that you can see how things will be evaluated, especially if you look at the top two levels, exemplary and proficient, to see what's required to meet those grading levels. So performance task for chapter 1 is going to deal with probably the most separate things that you'll need to do, so let's jump into it. So in this task, you're going to do 4 different things. You're going to plot points and shapes. You're going to use the midpoint and distance formulas. You're going to calculate both perimeter and area. And then you're going to show an understanding of angle relationships as they apply in geometry. So let's start with the first thing that you're going to do. The first thing is simply going to be plotting 4 points on a coordinate grid. I have graph paper by my desk available to you. You're going to plot these 4 points. Remember that the y values are up and down, x values are left and right. In a pair, the x value is listed first, the y value second. So as you look at this, you're just going to plot these 4 points. You're going to connect points A and B, B and C, C and D, and then you'll have a quadrilateral formed, and you can work with that. For all of the work you're going to do, you're going to need to do some sort of explaining or some sort of narrative of how you did things and why and things like that. I did skip one here, is you're going to find the midpoint of A and C. The midpoint formula is given to you on the assignment. It's basically add up the x values, add up the y values, and divide by 2 for each, and you'll have an xy pair that'll be the average of the x and y values for the midpoint. So that is actually the step 2 that I skipped. After you've plotted the points is, I think I sign on. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to calculate the perimeter of the figure using the distance formula. So the key thing here is whichever pair you choose to be your x2 and y2, always make sure you keep those 2 coordinates together and then subtract the other values so you don't mix up. A lot of people will use 1x from the first pair and 1y from the first pair and then subtract the others, and that really doesn't work. So you're going to find the difference between the x values, y values. You're going to square those, and then you're going to divide or square those, add those together, and then find the square root. If you need help finding the square root with the calculator, just let me know and I can show you some tips to do that or the shortcuts to do that. You'll want to know why it's important to know the perimeter if you've got a safe zone. So why would you want to know that perimeter? Think about that. Next, you're going to calculate the area inside that perimeter. And we're going to do something called the shoelace method. So what that means is if I go and I write these terms down like -4 and 2 for A, 2 and 6 for B, 6 and 0 for C, 0 and -4 for D, and then I'm going to write A again, -4 and 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the diagonal this way and the diagonal this way, the diagonal this way, the diagonal this way, the diagonal this way, and add all of those up to get my x times y values. Then I'm going to reverse that. I'm going to multiply the values this way, this way, this way, and this way to get the values of the y times x. I'm going to find the sum of each of those. I'm going to find the difference. Then I'm going to use the absolute value, which means whatever the value is, if it's negative or positive, it's going to remain just the number. The sign would drop off. And then I'm going to divide that by 2 and I'll find the area. So, and then it's going to ask you to explain why the area is something that's important. Next, you're going to find a path. So you're going to take along the path starts at the midpoint that you found earlier in step 2 and extends to a point that's given to you outside the safety zone. You just need to find that. You're going to plot it on your graph. You're going to find that you are going to create different angles as you draw these lines, and you're going to identify vertical angles, which are angles that are formed when two lines cross. So this would be a vertical angle here, and then this would be a vertical angle here. Those would be vertical angles. You're going to do adjacent angles. So if you have two lines that cross, the two that are on the same side are adjacent. And then you're going to explain how that is a critical point on your map based upon those angle relationships. You're going to find the treasure spot. So again, you're going to be working with the distance formula. So you find the distance from M to E. Then you're going to extend that through to a point T. So you can find that distance by taking 2 times the distance to M to E to find your coordinates for point T. Then finally, what you're going is you're going to have a graph with all the point segments. They need to be clearly labeled and marked, and then you're going to have a written explanation for each step and showing all of your calculations and explaining your reasons. Again, I stress look at the rubric inside Canvas to see how things will be evaluated. Make sure you include all those points to get to the level that you want, and you should do well. All of the performance tasks for this course will be similar to this, except for chapter 2, which is going to be a little bit more basic. It's not going to be as step by step, but it will be easy to do just as well. Always remember, if you have any questions, need any help, please be sure to ask. That's why I'm here.